Chapter 14, Dr. Thaddeus. Hijacked Horn's Scuttle Spirit Celebration by the Greenwich Telegraph Local News by Martin Landsman, staff reporter. Greenwich Middle School's annual Spirit Week was a disappointment this year after a prank gone awry dropped a shipment of the traditional vuvuzelas into the river. Although more than half of the noisemakers were eventually recovered, there was little enthusiasm at the school for blowing them. "I'm not putting my mouth on those things," one student commented. "You know, fish go to the bathroom in that water." District officials are not revealing the names of the perpetrators of the prank, saying only that they had been appropriately reprimanded and that their teacher is a veteran educator. But the Telegraph has learned that the teacher in question is Mr. Zachary Kermit, who is still remembered for his involvement in a 1992 cheating scandal that remains a serious black eye for the Greenwich schools. So that was the article. Christina Vargas finishes reading the article and slides it back across my desk. "Surely you're not still angry at Zachary Kermit for what happened 27 years ago." "Why shouldn't I be?" I ask irritably. "The whole town remembers the scandal. The fact that it came up in this story proves that." The principal shrugs. "You know as well as I do that the real culprit was Jake Terranova. He's the one who got his hands on a stolen exam and went into business selling it to his classmates. He may have been only 12 at the time, but he was the same wheeler dealer that he is today with his car business. All Zachary was guilty of was being fooled like everybody else, like me, and for one, and you." I grimace. Superintendent is a powerful job, but a lonely one as well. When big decisions have to be made, there's no higher authority to appeal to. You are the law. Christina's right that in 1992, Zachary Kermit knew nothing about what the Terranova kid was up to. But when you're the big boss, you don't have the luxury of considering things like that. All that matters is optics. How does it look? In 1992, it looked very bad. And if the mere mention of Zachary Kermit's name reopens that old wound in a newspaper article written by a reporter who probably wasn't even born in 1992, then the optics haven't gotten any better. An elephant never forgets. The people of Greenwich have memories that are longer still. The district wasn't exactly supportive when the cheating scandal was going on, the principal adds. You can't fault Zachary for feeling abandoned. No wonder he got so burned out. "And what about this latest incident?" I probe. "That wasn't Zachary's fault either," she offers. "We gave him the Unteachables. What did you expect?" "I expect him to control 7 kids. Is that so unreasonable? I know he wasn't going to turn them into future presidents or even solid citizens, but to keep them from grand theft vuvuzela, is that too much to ask?" I have her there. Not even the most sympathetic principal can condone that kind of stealing, disruption, and destruction of property that transpired on Monday. "And look what happened when he tried to stop them," I go on, pressing my advantage. "They all ended up in the river. I just got off the phone with our insurance company. They had a few choice words to say about that, let me assure you." She sighs. "I like Zachary. We started out in teaching together. He was brilliant and dedicated. What happened in 1992 destroyed his confidence. We should have stepped up to make sure he didn't blame himself. Instead, all we cared about was making sure we were covered when the newspapers got hold of the story. It ruined Zachary's career." Another difference between principals and superintendents. Principals can be nice. "He ruined his own career," I said. "He might have been a good teacher once, but he isn't anymore. I agree. We gave him the most difficult kids in the district, and he made them worse." "He'll be out of our hair soon enough," she offers. "We both know he's planning to take early retirement." I wince. In the education business, you don't reach the level of superintendent without knowing how to do a little homework. The health and longevity in the Kermit family are appalling. Zachary Sr. celebrated his 80th birthday by going skydiving. The grandfather just turned 106. If the youngest Mr. Kermit has the same genes, he'll be collecting a pension from the school district for more than 50 years. The taxpayers of Greenwich shouldn't be on the hook for a bad teacher, I tell her. If he's fired for cause, he'll get no pension at all. She doesn't like that. You have no cause, not for a few lost noisemakers and something that happened 27 years ago. Not yet, I concede, but I'll find cause. Zachary Kermit is untrustworthy and incompetent. I know he's your friend, but as his boss, can you really defend him? She doesn't answer. A principal always knows when there's dead wood on staff that needs to be cleared away. I don't gloat. That would be unbecoming of a superintendent, but privately I enjoy watching her squirm as she struggles to come up with an answer to that. I wonder, she muses finally, when Zachary fell in the river. No defense of a teacher should include a sentence that ends with fell in the river. I cut her off. The students didn't fall, she persists. They jumped in because they thought they had to rescue Zachary. Remember the kids we're talking about? Some of the most difficult and antisocial we've ever seen? But they're loyal to him. Why? 12 hours later, as I lie in bed trying to sleep, that why is still reverberating inside my skull.